Let's have some fun. I'm applying decorative nails to the edge of each board. They're all going to be different ones, and I wasn't going to show you how to knock nails in because well, it's like knocking nails in, isn't it? It's easy. But we're using MDF here, and MDF is really prone to splitting at the ends here. Now, although on this particular side the decorative nail isn't too close to the edge, on other edges it is. I'll just show you this one that I did when I realised that perhaps I should show this procedure. So that's quite close, and it's so easy to spoil the whole project that I thought it's important for me to show you. So I mean, all I'm doing is drilling a little pilot hole in the ends like that. It's as simple as that. So there's just a little bit of bite that's deep into the wood rather than right at the edge. So that'd be plenty of bite to keep those in place. The other ones, they're fine. They can just you can just push those in there. Oh, that's a nasty one there. Now, while I'm talking about nails, everything I've used for this project has been readily available. Of course, I've spoken about the Resene paints, or I've used the Resene paints, which of course are available in New Zealand and Australia. But what can spoil a project, if you're a DIYer and you don't have a lot of stock of things, is this is going to be a really nice finishing touch, I think. When I've got all these, I'm using all different types of nails to contrast with the colour that I've used. So the problem is you only want a few nails. You don't need a whole lot. These are upholstery nails. You don't need 500, which is going to cost you sort of $40. You're going to need just a handful or so. Well, the problem that I found is finding a handful that aren't $10 or more just for that handful, or indeed to get different varieties of them. So reluctantly I say to you, or I advise you, is that you have to go abroad for them, and the best place to find a selection of decorative nails which you can buy really cheaply, and you don't pay the postage often because they come from China, they're free postage, is on eBay. And I say it reluctantly because we have in New Zealand, we have Trade Me that's got a lot of people, trying to earn a living. But the problem on there, not that I've actually found any on there, not recently anyway, is that even if 100 of these are relatively cheap, a couple of dollars, they then hit you up on the postage. Rather than just putting it in an envelope which costs a dollar to send, they either want to courier them to you, and you end up paying $4. It's not a complaint, it's an observation, more than anything, and just to point out that you can do these projects reasonably cheaply. You just have to plan ahead and go onto eBay. So yeah, it's a shame because I'd like to be saying I've got these things here in New Zealand. Anyway, I've just realised you're looking at a completely blank screen because I'm not in it, but I did just want to mention that. Well, as you'll see here, I've assembled one of them, and I'm going to show you how to assemble the last one. Now, I've fitted this bit here to this bit via some screws and some glue, because I want that to be a really good fix just in case it gets knocked. So it's fairly straightforward, as you can see there, just glued through into this one here. And there's some glue that I've put in there as well. Just the PVA glue, the same as I've been using on the edges. Now, what I didn't show you earlier on is that when I was making these, each one of these, I put a little score in the centre and filled it with pencil, so that I've always had those there to work to get them to line up. Okay, so some glue on here. I have given them a wipe down already. Should be plenty. Okay, and then I'm going to line this up with those marks that I mentioned. There. Doesn't have to be spot on. What does need to be spot on, and why I'm using this as a datum, is they have to be really flat on this edge here, because obviously they're sitting on that. Okay, so I'm just going to press that down on there. I'm now going to move it away just to check that I've got those two lines marked up. And then where the next board is going on, I've drawn around it with a pencil. I'm sure you can't see the line, but around there. And just to hold it in place while it's gluing, so I don't have to clamp it, I'm just going to put a few brads in. That's not going anywhere. Now my staple gun there, or brad gun, doesn't actually put those flush, so I'm going to have to make some horrible noise. Just make sure that they go absolutely flush there. Seems okay. I'm not going to worry about the glue at this stage. I'm going to continue. So where's my bit of cloth? There it is. Give them a wipe. Okay, so glue first. Got the pencil lines, but I'm still going to just pull it away and just check that they're lined up. Yeah, that's good. Just check that's sitting right. Okay, so that's all good as well. So the last one. I'm going a little bit over the top with the brads because although I'm gluing it, as I said earlier, I have got paint on here, and I don't really like to glue on, onto paint, and there's even paint on there as well. But I think it will be okay. There's no major stress on these, so there we are. That in there. Just check. Oh, we need to just go over a fraction. Back to there. Push down. And then because the brads are silver on the top, I can actually get away with just putting a brad in each corner, and you won't see them, I promise you. Just to show you there, yeah, you can hardly see them. Okay, I'll clean up the glue. I think I'm going to put a coat of wax on them, I may have said already. And I'm probably going to finish these ends because they actually look quite good that way down as well, with the book standing up there. So we're ready to go with the finishing product. Now, as a choice of what you can put on here, you could use Aqua Clear, Resene's Aqua Clear varnish. Now they do that in a satin, a semi-gloss, or a gloss if you wanted it really, really shiny. I'm going to go for a wax finish on this, a soft wax finishing. Only, it's personal preference more than anything else, because I just like the way it looks. It's as simple as that. Not necessarily as hard wearing as the Aqua Clear, the Resene Aqua Clear. So I'm just going to put that on by brush. I'm using a brush. You can use a cloth. I prefer a brush because it lets you get into all the grooves. Also, there is a slight solvent in the wax, so you don't want to put it on too much because you can start removing the finish. It can just dissolve it slightly and start taking it off. So you don't want to go too much. And with a cloth, you can end up rubbing a bit hard with it. So just on here. Okay, I'm going to leave that because I just want to show you the removal process of the wax, again with a clean soft brush, just like you'd do shoes in the old days. Not many people clean their shoes now, do they? But yet you just brush it off. This one's been sitting for about 15 minutes. So I haven't done all of that, but I'm going to show you then, and then just with the soft cloth, just buff it off. It just gives a soft sheen. I don't know if that's coming out on the camera, but I can assure you there's a nice soft sheen with that there. And the more that you polish it, the more of that sheen comes up. You can apply another coat if you like. The more the better. So I'll probably end up doing a couple on these. I've also just finished the end here. I filled the screw holes from where we suspended them for painting, and I've just painted it black so that it's finished all the way around. Well, here are the finished artifacts. They've taken a bit of time. It wasn't quick to do, but it was certainly fun. Now, the way I've done them isn't the only way you can do them. So experiment, have fun. You can come up with your own styles and methods of doing things, but this is just one way. Let me turn them round so you can see those sides as well. Thanks for watching. I hope you've found it informative and you may have learned something. I've certainly enjoyed doing them, and until my next project, thanks very much. Rick has left the workshop.